Okay, I am on the air. Welcome to Rick's Life as I See It, a 1-hour talk show about guns, politics, and anything that crosses my mind. Oops, forgot to silence that. I do something wrong every week. If you have any questions, put them in the chat or send me an email to rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com. My panel hasn't shown up yet, but maybe somebody else, some other chat's on right now. I do not know. But hey, Raph, you haven't sent me the email yet. I can't send you your patch that you won the other week. You haven't sent me your address yet. So, hey, John. Good to see you.
Hey, Rick. Thanks for the invite. How's everything going?
Oh, not bad. So, I just mentioned the Raph. He won the raffle the other week on the
congratulations
on the instant quiz, but he hasn't sent me his address.
Okay.
So I got his patch sitting here in an envelope, all ready to go.
All right, you just wait for that.
You know.
How long do you usually give the winners time to reply?
If I don't get it by this week, that's it. It's done. Over.
Okay, I'm
taking
sure
it
I'll
off the
listen to
Christmas
it.
list.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll listen to it by then.
So
he can make sure he gets.
Hey, Michael, good to see you. Yeah, so I'll just getting the start done. Welcoming everybody. Great show last week, and everything else. Now we got who else we got in the thing? Native Gun, Travis, the Great Outdoors, Ohio, Dan, Bob, Raphael. We got Michael G over in YouTube land. That's all I can see over there right at the moment. So, Grim, Ohio. That's it. Okay, now, as we got that, I got a few. I see. I'm starting. Somebody, I think it was Alaska. Yeah, gave me a suggestion in the chat. I mean, in the comments the other day that I should start putting not titles. Well, titles, yeah, for my chat. So I've been doing it for the last 2 weeks. So this week, what does it say? High points, kids and guns, that say, and other stuff. So I'm starting to title all my chats now to give people an idea of what we're going to talk about.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, but before we get started, last week's winner for the Wild West Guns pack of cards. After this one, I only got one left, so I only got 2 weeks left on this contest. Unfortunately, unless some mysterious benefactor wants to send me some more, you know. Also, you see my new thing I got at the bottom of the page here?
I do.
Where it says, if are you interested in having your products items shown or reviewed by this channel, feel free to email me. I'll go here and go enjoy your Keme soap or whatever. Don't bother me any. I'll do it. Sponsorship is everything. Now that we've gone all this net neutral stuff, whatever, which I don't have a clue what it's about. I don't understand it. But I was reading somewhere, was it yesterday or the day before, Amazon's coming up with a software program. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. It's what the internet wouldn't lie to me. That they're coming up with a software program that, like, if you're on their website looking at stuff, then you try to click to another site to check prices, it won't let you.
Really?
Yes. And they can do that now because they haven't got that thing in the government anymore.
Okay.
That's what maybe I'm wrong, So
it's Rick's life as he sees it. You're never wrong.
Right. Anyway, let's bring up my little program, well, not program, this website that gives me free free where I can pick my random winners. So I've got actually I only had four winners to my question. Now it was kind of a quick trick question too. I mean, it was during the Vietnam era. Which subgun was created for the U.S. Navy SEALs? Right. The answer was the Smith & Wesson 76. And what happened was the Navy SEALs actually used very few of them. The time Smith & Wesson had developed it, the Navy SEALs had moved on to different guns. So it was sort of like a trick question. It was developed for them, but it took them so long to come out, they had moved on. That is what the information I had. So but I got four winners that got it right. So let me go back to my little program there. Got him in there. Let me hit the draw now button. See who my winner is. Okay, I don't know what their name is on the on gun channels, but it's an Andrew Sonoski. How you pronounce it? SOSNOSKIE is his last name at USA.com. He is the winner for the deck of cards for the right answer. So
congratulations, Andrew.
Yes. So Andrew, if you're out there, send me your mailing address and an email, and I'll get them out to you as soon as I can. Your answer was right too, Travis. I had my fingers crossed, seeing your name was going to come up, but unfortunately, the machine didn't do it, and I don't. I'm saying it's a program that does it. I don't want people to say that I'm being biased. So anyway, that's done. So I'm scratching my leg here because I don't know. As you know, I got problems. I can't bend my left knee. So I have to use a stick to scratch my leg. Oh, man, it's terrible getting old. Anyway, first topic. High-point guns. The way I look at it, say to me, luckily I've got some nice guns, but I'm on a fixed income. So the high point, their price point is very, very good. From my point of view, looking at, if I had to buy a gun today, I would look at High Point because of my fixed income. They're reliable. They work. They're heavy and ugly. They do work. So, and you might say somebody, oh, just save an extra $100 and, buy a used better gun. Well, sometimes getting to the extra $100 is hard, especially on a fixed income. So, I don't know. Even there's, I think it's Kentucky Gun Company or something is offering a deal. You buy a High Point and they give you a little handgun safe to put it in and everything. All, for the price. So
that sounds like a great combo deal.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I just want to know what other people's ideas on that are. What do you think? Do you think you should save the extra cash, and it might take you 2 or 3 months to come up with the extra $100?
How much is it again?
Well, High Point?
Yeah.
You can get a High Point for under $200.
No, you said the KY deal. They're giving a High Point and something to hold on to it.
Yeah. They're giving us a safe to put it, a little hand safe to put it in.
Hey Rick, go check the YouTube side. We got a little visitor there.
Oh, oh yeah. Where's Grim?
Yeah.
He's my whatchamacallit man.
That's not what I'm talking about. You got 2 visitors there now.
Yes, I see that.
Okay. Hello to everybody on the YouTube side. Clover Tech, Michael. Hey, Clover
I got rid of them.
Hey.
No, what I was saying is Grim's a moderator on that side.
Oh, you got a third one.
Yeah, damn.
Okay. Wow. You must be famous if they're coming at you this quick.
Yeah. It must
Moving
be.
on up.
I'm getting there. I mean, it must be some goddamn program that picks them up, so picks me up so
Oh
fast.
yeah, they're definitely automated. But anyway, back
Yeah.
to what you were saying. So
Well,
how much is that? How much is that? You said KY had a deal. How much was that deal?
$173.
173, and they give you a safe to keep it in?
Well, yeah, one of those little metal boxes that you
Okay.
put by your side of your bed or something. If you didn't have anything to keep it in, I mean that would work. I have one
Right.
of those. I have one of those under my seat in my truck, where I put my
I
gun in. When like if I'm going into the post office or something.
I don't know what the quality of those safes are, but 173 you can definitely do better. But still, you're getting a free safe for your handgun to put like wherever. So I'm guessing it's not the worst deal in the world.
I mean, the gun itself, I mean, they're big and clunky. I mean, I've seen them in gun shop. I've seen them at the gun shop I go to. He has a couple. I mean, they're big and clunky, and I've heard people say they're reliable. You know,
Oh, absolutely.
so if you're on a fixed income, you know, oh,
Travis 8 on the gun channel side says the Taurus PT 111 G2. If that was the case, for a few more bucks, you can upgrade to that Taurus over the High Point.
oh yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't think. I mean, yeah, because the price of some Tauruses have come down too. So that's a good point. See, there you go. You know, this is for the man on fixed income. It's basically what I'm going on about.
Oh, absolutely,
You know, getting in.
absolutely.
I mean, guess this can still, he's worried. You know, in today's world, guess his concealed carry, wants a weapon. You know, what I'm saying is, yeah, it'd be nice to have a $600 Glock or Smith and Wesson. You know, but if you're waiting the 3 or 4 months to save the money and you're in a crime area or you're worried about your safety, I mean, that's a long time to wait and hope nothing happens to you.
Oh, you're talking about somebody who's on a fixed budget for their first gun?
Yeah, basically that's what I was talking
Okay.
about it for the first
Okay.
gun. You know, it would get them into having a weapon for self defense. You know,
Definitely not the worst option.
no, no. I mean, that's all I was thinking of was, you know, I mean, you can agree with me or disagree with me. I just thought it was it's a viable option, is what I'm saying.
Totally agree.
You know, so any other? Oh yeah, the Ohio says that they've even this year they even for 2018 they come out with a carbine.
And 10 millimeter.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't look to see how much it was.
Well, if you could do that EDC outside the waistband, I'm pretty sure that's the way you want to go with it. That's the way to go.
Yeah, but I mean that was a topic I was thinking about, and well, the next since we seem to moved on, so let's see the chat. No, we ain't got much coming in, so move on to the next topic: kids and guns. I.e., do you have you leave your guns out, or do you teach your kids about guns, around guns and stuff? You know, I
Well,
mean, I grew up in England most of my life, and so there wasn't a lot of guns around per se. But because my father was in the military, right, and he was into guns, so whenever we came back to the States, he always seemed to get a couple of guns. And so I mean, they would be in the old-fashioned gun case, wooden gun case with the glass doors on the wall type thing. It wasn't really locked, but it never, I was told not to touch them, and I didn't. I don't know. I don't know if today they would say I was physically abused. If I had touched him, he would have whooped my ass. You know. I don't know, but today, I mean, you see a lot of. I mean, to me, when you see these, young 4 or 5-year-olds shot the other kid in the same room or killed himself with it or stuff, I don't blame the gun. I blame the parent for, i.e., either not teaching them about gun safety or leaving a loaded gun where a kid can get hold of it.
Absolutely.
I
mean, definitely the best combination of options that you gave out there is to make sure they keep them locked up, but introduce them to the kids as well.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that, of course, I got into guns real late in life, so my kids are already grown up and gone home. Got their own homes, I should say. But I would watch. I can't think where. I think I might have heard it on O Hickok 45. The way I think it was him that said it. He said the best way to teach kids about guns is, tell them they can't touch them. They're in there, but if they ask you a question or say stop and do it right then, and that way the curiosity is gone for them.
Exactly.
So they're, that's the best way. Also, is you got to worry about if your kid has, the neighbors kids come in, and they haven't been taught guns or anything, to be able to, like go to a parent and say, "You left the gun out, Dad," and from come and get it and lock it up, type thing.
Right. Last few chats, we've heard quite a few good examples of good, positive parenting, and Travis 8, to build on that, Travis 8 on the Gun Channel site said he teaches his kids respect for the firearms so they know the rules and that they get their hands on them. Obviously, starting with a low caliber, but he teaches them the rules and he gets them hands on experience so they better understand. So, when it comes to that example that you gave when they have their friends over, if their friends aren't cautious, at least their kids will be cautious. And they will teach their friends, oh, we can't play with that, that's not a toy, or got to check, make sure it's unloaded, or whatever. And that's positive reinforcement that the kids need.
Yeah that's what I'm saying. I mean, the only thing I brought this up, it was in a talk, it was in a chat we were with the other night. Also on my I got this friend on my Facebook page. I mean, ever since I started getting into guns, what was it, almost 2 years ago now. I think he does it to annoy me. But every day he posts, he links a post to somebody accidentally shooting themselves with a firearm, whether a child or adult. Every day he posts one. Like it's a goddamn epidemic, and it's and
Right.
So every day I post where a good guy with a gun saved the day.
Oh, absolutely. But those are the things the media doesn't want you to hear, and that's what people need to hear, to know that, to reinforce, to understand that education, it's all about education.
Yeah.
Like Ohio 45 said on the Gun Channel side, Eddie Eagle needs to be presented in the schools. It's
Yeah.
part of a program. It's part of a program that's been taken away out of a lot of schools in many states, and it really needs to be there for the kids, for their own good.
Yeah. Hey, Jared. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But slightly off topic. but still the same thing is, like teaching and stuff or listening. Like my friend who does that is, I am so thankful. Like the Washington Post, when they've done a fact check on, what's her name, Pelosi, and proved that she was wrong. Because if they hadn't, people would believe her. It's, because they're ignorant. She's a politician. She must be telling me the truth. Type thing.
Well, again, it's not so much that they're ignorant; it's that they're hearing what they want to hear based on what they think to be true. So, yeah, we all know politicians lie, and but if it sounds good to those people that on that side or whatever side you want to call it, then yeah, that's what they're going to believe.
Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, but from what I've seen of the Eddie the Eagle program, what I mentioned there, I think it should be presented in schools. But then you get a lot of, no schools up here that I know of do it.
And that's an unfortunate fact where it comes back down to the things that we used to have in our schools and high schools and elementary schools back in the day. You had shop class, you had all those classes that a lot of places no longer have. And that's education. So too, you need the Eddie Eagle program and similar programs to teach the kids. And a lot of schools these days, they're not getting the proper education for life itself.
Yeah, you're right. Talking about kids and teaching stuff. Maybe it was an English thing. I don't know. When I was a kid growing up in England, I could have been only, 10 or 11 years old. You seen the old movies with the old English red double-decker buses?
Yes.
Right? I used to ride one of those to school and back on my own. You know what I'm saying? I used to cross main roads to get to the bus stop and get to school. Where I'm going with this is it always ticks me off. Driving along the road, I got the yellow cheese school bus in front of me. It puts out its big stop sign. Traffic's got to stop both ways for the kids to get off the bus so they can go home. Now, in an English school, we were taught how to cross a road. Today, they just run off the bus and run right across the road because traffic's being stopped for them. We're not teaching them anything. We're not teaching them road safety. Maybe it seems like everything's come to a quiet stop there on that one. But don't get me wrong. We do it. It's the law, so we follow it. But
well, we do teach them safety. The problem is it's not reinforced at home for something like that. So kids learn to run in front of the bus and they don't pay attention because they're learning from what they see, right? So everybody else is doing it, so they think that makes it okay, which it's not. You need to look both ways, and that's what they need to be taught. And that's what they're learning from what they see a lot during the day where their parents are not.
Yeah.
So just like those parents that are doing the responsible thing and teaching their kids about proper safety of firearms and that sort of stuff, the parents can't be everywhere with the kids. And that's where it comes to the public sector to be more cautious with that.
Yeah.
So I've seen bus drivers block off the whole street. So it doesn't matter if cars are making left, if they're making a right, they will not get down that street. And that's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust kids to know better if everything they see on that street where their parents are not, I don't trust them to know any better.
Yeah, like when we were taught, like in English school, it was like Eddie the Rifle thing. I can't remember the name of the program, but I remember there used to be a rabbit, a badger, and a fox, and they were used as the symbols of learning how to cross the road correctly. Like look left, look right, look left again, then
Right.
if it's all clear, go. you know, type thing. But I mean, I don't even stuff. I'm trying to relate this to the gun safety. I mean, we don't even get that in the schools for the gun safety. We're not even getting them teaching them how to cross the road in the school. You know, I think it's very sad. I really do.
It is very sad. They've taken a lot out of the school system.
Yeah.
That really.
And as people said, as you said, I mean, the schools don't do shop anymore, do they?
No, a lot of schools do not. There are very few schools that still have things like shop.
Yeah. So
Very few.
I think it's
unfortunate.
So, well, Raphael, Darth Vader taught the kids in England how to cross the street.
Who won the that giveaway again?
Oh, what, the deck of cards?
Yeah.
Andrew?
No, not Andrew. The other giveaway.
Oh, Raphael, right there.
Oh, okay, Raph.
I'm making it to him. I need your address.
Make sure you respond to Rick. Email him back.
Yeah, with your mailing address, so I can send you your patch. And talking about that, we're close enough to halfway for the instant quiz for the patch of the gun here. It's a patch, not a sticker. So, I mean, it's got the backing on it and everything already. So, instant quiz. Let me pull it up so I can see what I was going to do this week. Oh, yeah. This one is going to be a real easy question. Hang on a minute. Let me get the answer to John here on the panel.
Does that mean I don't qualify?
That's right.
Shoot. All right.
The answer.
Ready when you are.
Okay. Everybody ready? Real simple one here. I mean, it's so simple. I'm expecting the answer before I even finish saying the question. What is the study of an object in flight and the variables which affect said object? So what do we got? Anything?
Read it again.
Read it again? Okay. What is the study of an object in flight and the variables which affect said object?
Nope, still no answer.
No. I mean, you're sort of in the ballpark sort of thing, but
there you go. Native gun.
Native gun. Native gun's the winner
on the gun channel side.
Yeah, ballistics. And I mean, I could have made it harder and asked for there's actually ballistics is a study of a flying object that can be divided into 4 categories: internal, immediate, external, and terminal. I mean, that was getting a bit too complicated for me, so I went with the easy one.
Well, congratulations, Native.
Congratulations. Send me your mailing address on an email, and I'll get that out to you. You know, no problem. So that's for the patch. You know, that's that. Okay, and at the end of the show, last 5 minutes, we'll be going for the old deck of cards. And this week, I said I only had, was it 4 winners? This week, I'm expecting big turnout on emails because the question is so simple. I've already given it out once on the morning chat I was on. Not the answer. I gave up the question.
Right.
So if anybody was listening, they would have heard it then. It's really, I should have used it for the quick quiz. So I should be getting buku answers when I give you the thing on that. So, okay, moving on. We done the quiz. All right. Now, here's what I mentioned this the other day. I don't know who I mentioned it to, but I think it might have been you I was talking with, John. Machine guns. And comes under the Hughes Act, right? If I remember correctly. Where I'm going with this is people who collect them. machine guns aren't cheap. I mean, I was watching some show on the Discovery Channel or History Channel or something. Some guy in Colorado has about $2 million worth of machine guns.
What?
He said they're all registered and they're all, he can go take them and shoot them. They all work. What I'm saying is, as much as we want all regulate, I mean, how would that stand? I mean, you think if the Hughes Act disappears, which we all want it to, right?
Correct.
Because it's an infringement on our Second Amendment.
Correct.
You think about it, his $2 million collection will go down to about 200,000 if you're lucky.
Yeah, but what's a few dollars when it comes to so much fun?
But where I'm going with this is collectors who are pro technically Second Amendment, right? I think they would go against it. They would want to keep it because of the money they got invested. How would you feel if you say you spent $50,000 on a machine gun? Then all of a sudden, you know, next week it's only worth $2,000.
You would see a big smile on my face because I'd be too busy shooting them. And I think that's worth way more than $2 million.
Hold on, what did Clover say? No, they would not, because they have not made those exact firearms for decades now. Good point. Good point.
Exactly. People would end up paying more money than it's worth anyway because, like Clover said, they don't exist everywhere.
Yeah. I never thought of it that way. Yeah. I mean, it would have the value because you said they're not making those anymore. So it still has some value.
Exactly.
You know? Okay. All right. You weren't meant to bust my bubble that fast. We meant to have a little discussion about it first, you know?
Yeah, yep. Clover, come on.
You know, damn. Yeah. So, but I still think even at that rate, though, I think even the ones they don't make anymore, the price would drop some. You know?
Oh, the price would drop, but still, if they're readily available like that for the ones that do exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Night Strike, join the panel.
Hey, what's going on?
Did you hear my thing I was talking about?
No, I just came in late.
Okay. I was talking about the Hughes Act and the price of machine guns. I was saying if collectors.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. We've gone down this rabbit hole before. Don't get me started.
Okay.
I'll be shouting out my friends here.
I don't think Night Strike had his coffee yet.
No, Night Strike has had his coffee. The problem is he's had too much coffee, and he does not want to get on a rant right now.
All right. But it wasn't so much the Hughes Act itself. The Hughes Act was abolished tomorrow. I'm saying collectors of machine guns wouldn't like it because the price of their investment in their machine guns would drop.
Yeah, which is what I'm going to. The only thing I'll say on this is, if you're using a machine gun as an investment, you're an idiot, and you deserve to have your investment go to waste. Because there are better things to invest in: gold, silver, property. Better things to invest in, not machine guns. What the hell?
Did you say Bitcoin?
I did not say Bitcoin, and don't say it again, otherwise we will summon HVS, and you don't want to open that bag of cats.
Meow.
Man, you are on a high right now. Man, you did have some coffee. Yeah.
Too much coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I was just thinking about that. You know, as you know, I'm new to guns, so I ask these kind of questions and think about them. Okay? But as Clover said, some of these high-end ones, they're not making them anymore. So the price I don't think the price would drop that much. You know, they would.
The problem is the assholes that spent $30,000 or $40,000 for their machine guns would be really pissed off because now their machine guns are worth only about $4,000 to $5,000 because that's how much it costs to produce a new one.
Yeah. So, see, where I was going with this when I said this was, like it's normally it would be the anti-gunner saying, no, don't get rid of it. We've had it for years. It works. I'm saying with those machine gun investors, would they join the anti-gunners saying, no, don't get rid of it to keep their price up?
Yes. Hell yes.
No, they would not.
Oh yes, they will.
You're full of bull, dude.
Oh.
And we all know that, but you're full of it.
Clover.
Hey, Clover. So
we've been through this before. I mean, look at the assault weapons ban, and look at the pre-ban, and then post-ban, and then that was lifted. You still have pre-ban. They were built before then. I mean, you still have that. So the fact that you can have new stuff built does not negate the fact that nothing's been built for decades now. You've still got that, and there's still an intrinsic value there. And you do buy those for investment. Can you imagine? Think about what you could have bought an M16 receiver for in 1982, let's say. And then look at what that's worth now. How's that not an investment? I mean, you're talking, potentially, you're talking hundreds of times your money.
yeah, Jared just put something in the chat there in a YouTube chat. I saw my Narok, how you ever pronounce it?
Norinco.
Yeah, for 2,100. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pre-ban. Yeah, pre-ban. Norinco.
Oh, that was good. New record.
Oh, you like that?
Right, getting triggered. All right. I see what you're saying there, Clover. Yeah. It would still have a certain value, especially if, machine guns from the Vietnam era. They don't make them anymore. So there'd be a value to them because there's less of them around.
Yeah. And the thing is, they had to be registered prior to 86. So, I mean, there was nothing built post 86. So, therefore, how do you go back in time and build 2 decades worth of guns to make up that gap? I mean, you can't. It's not possible. So those will forever have a collectible value.
Shall not be infringed.
I agree. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I agree.
Yeah.
I had to do that. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I see where you're coming from now.
I understand where Clover is coming from, but you have to look at the people who have more money than sense that buy these things as investments. And they don't want the price of that to go down, even just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I know at least half a dozen people, and I know one guy that probably owns 20. I mean, and he trades back and forth and buys and sells. And as a matter of fact, I seen him yesterday or maybe the day before, and he was picking up 2. So, and I mean, he's all for it because I mean, he can just go and buy them because he's got money now. So, I mean, he can just go and buy them. He don't have to wait a year. He don't have to deal with a private individual. And then, cause he's gotten burned a few times because it's one of them things to where, you enter into an agreement to buy from this individual. Well, I mean, it's taken a year to get the paperwork back, and so you got to pay half down. And a year later, the guy's done decided he's going to back out. Why? Because it's went up in value or whatever, even more. And it's just a headache. He's like, I'd like to be able to just go fill out a 4473, do the transfer, buy the thing, be done with it. And we're talking $25,000 to $50,000 firearms.
Yeah,
that he's buying.
Just take your link, Dano.
Uh-oh.
But
Even
if you had an old one and you converted it, the thing is, it would be converted. So my point on that is, you're not going to get, it would be a converted one at that point. It would not be an original full auto. So
there's also the point that the full autos that were made for the military and whatnot after the 86 band that people do want, but can only get, even in some rare cases, a semi-auto version of that right now because you can't get new ones.
There's not as many of those as you think, though, because they don't run those through CMP. They don't run those through surplus. Most of that stuff just gets destroyed over the years, which sucks, or it gets decommissioned and like you say, put back the receivers and whatnot.
They cut the receivers,
the steers and stuff are destroyed, and they're back to maybe put back to semi-auto, or the parts are sold off surplus. But as far as the full auto aspect of things, that doesn't get put back into nothing. I mean, they don't even really do that for law enforcement anymore. Used to, they did. You could get surplus, like M4s or whatever. Police departments could from the military, and they're buying their stuff. Law enforcement buys their stuff direct from
manufacturers,
the manufacturers and stuff now. So you don't even have that anymore.
Well, because they found out, because they're law enforcement, they can go and just buy direct. You don't have to.
And they're new. They're not beat up, been drugged through the sandbox or whatever. Yeah, they've got
tighter tolerances.
Yeah, they've got tighter tolerances. They've got warranty on them. They, it's just a better deal for them.
There we go.
But
anything else on that?
The Hughes Amendment. The Hughes Amendment. And here's the deal with the Hughes Amendment. The Hughes Amendment is one of them things, kind of like they're doing with HB 38 and all now. That's one of them things. I mean, you've got a piece of legislation called the Firearm Owners Protection Act. And inside a piece of legislation called the Firearm Owners Protection Act, there's the Hughes Amendment that bans manufacture of machine guns. Now, how does that apply to the protection of firearm owners? That's an infringement on firearm owners. So, it's an oxymoron that they even snuck that amendment in. And that's indicative of what the government does, though.
Yeah. I'm expecting if 38 ever gets to the floor of the Senate, I reckon they're going to slap some stuff on there that have nothing to do with guns or anything, or something similar, but sneak it in the back door type thing,
Well,
Yeah,
I believe it went to the judiciary already. Yeah. Is that correct?
Yeah, as far as it's got.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. It could sit there
indefinitely.
Yeah.
The plan that I hear, and I didn't mention that to circumvent the conversation, but the plan that I hear, this is in talking with Cruz's office, not Cornyn, because he's freaking on board with, he's bad anti-gun for us here in Texas, but and then my representatives there, is that the plan is to split 38 again in the Senate, push through that fixed NICS crap, and then let the reciprocity die. So,
that's not. I'd rather do it the other way around.
I hope that's not the case, but they said that was the plan all along with combining them over in the House, was to get it to the Senate, split them, and then just let the one pass.
I mean, to me, that's
what is their motivation? Their motivation is
and they're dirty.
Well, and their motivation is money. You're talking about, you look at fixed NICS and look at all the money. What is it, $500 million that's appropriated to these different agencies and whatnot? Somebody's getting a kickback. Somebody's getting, money under the table, getting their palm greased with that. They are.
Exactly. Yeah, the last figure I heard was over 600 million, if I'm correct.
Yeah, $500 million. Yeah, roughly $500 million is what I heard. And so don't make any mistake about it. Fixed NICS is about money too.
Yeah, it's the ongoing philosophy that government is the answer, and then bigger government is even a better answer.
What a joke that is.
Yeah, I mean, if 38 dies, it dies. I mean, I don't know if I can keep affording the money I fork out right now for my permits. Good example, like, I don't know how much the Jared's in Massachusetts. I don't know how much it is because he's a resident, but for non-resident, right, it costs me, you ready for this, guys? $100 a year for a carry permit in Massachusetts. You know,
Those darn massholes.
and you know, so I mean, us up here in the Northeast, reciprocity is a great thing. Further west you get, it doesn't really matter so much because most of you recognize each other or you have constitutional carry. You know. Oh well.
Yeah, it sucks being stuck on this side of the world where we are, Rick.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Oh well. What can we do about it? I mean, I hope 38 doesn't die. I really do. But what Clover says, I can really see that. It's all about the money. You know? So I mean, yeah, and then the other thing too is when you think about it, even like I was saying, it costs me $100 a year for Massachusetts. So if they done that, think of all the states who are losing money with people buying non-resident permits. It's all about the money. You know?
Well, of course, all governments are about maintaining and expanding revenue streams
And control.
because, yeah, because they go hand in hand. You can't maintain a revenue stream without control.
Right.
But to governments, money is to government as drugs are to an addict. I mean, they will do anything to get their revenue. Lie, cheat, and steal.
Yeah. See, now, look, I mean, but how long does that permit last up there for you, Jared? Like Jared said, he paid $60 and $110 for a class. This is Massachusetts. He's a resident. You know, the only reason I applied for one, you can only apply for one if you have a permit for your home state. They won't accept it otherwise. They won't accept your application.
Is that every state or just that one state?
Well, Massachusetts will not give you a non-resident permit unless you have to have a permit for your home state.
So that's just an individual regulation for Massachusetts.
Yes.
Every state doesn't require that, do they?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, he said the permit lasts 5 years. Nice.
See, mine lasts a year for $100.
Oh yeah.
His is $60 for 5 years. You know, Rhode Island is $40 for 4 years. I mean, it adds up. All these ones. I think Connecticut. I can't remember. I paid almost $200. It might not be that for the next one, but I think that was for 5 years. You know?
New York gets 0 for 0 years. That's not a bad deal.
You know, so where I'm going with this, I mean, funny thing, I guess I'm looking at it as a money point of view too. I would save money, not like everybody else wants to keep their money. I want to save money by not having reciprocity. You know, plus it would be a lot easier just to have one permit, go wherever you wanted. You know, but you still have to follow the state laws.
The easy thing would be for the government not to infringe our rights and require us to have any.
Start with it. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Right. Shall not be infringed.
Yep.
You know. So
Dan on the YouTube side says his is $10 for 5 years.
what state's that?
It's got to be a Western state.
Got to be.
Definitely not Eastern.
If it is, I'm moving.
You and me both.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the problem is Massachusetts, as I've told you before, where I'm at in Rhode Island, look at the map. If I want to get out of here, I either got to go to Connecticut or Massachusetts. So I got to keep paying the 100.
How about you go to neither and find someplace else?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
West Virginia, South Carolina, even Virginia.
Oh, South
No,
Dakota.
I would go Virginia. I'd go further south.
Well, I mean, if that's an option, yeah. South Dakota. $10 for 5 years in South Dakota. Wow.
I hear like Savannah, Georgia's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't want too much snow, that's a really good place to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Oh well, what else we got doing? Okay, next thing I got on my little. Got 10 minutes left. We can get this. It's got nothing to do with guns or politics. It's got to do with being a creator. So much is getting in front of this camera and talking. You know, I mean, look at me. I do it now. It still bothers me a little, but when I first started, I hate looking at myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
So close your eyes.
yeah, that's basically what I do.
Yeah, but Rick, the ladies love you. So
Yeah, but you notice, yeah, I haven't seen a lady in gun channels yet.
You haven't been looking.
I have.
You know?
I have. You haven't been looking hard enough. I have. I'm gonna
Well,
call
they
you
haven't
that
been.
follow mine.
I mean, they haven't been. They've been using an avatar. They haven't been showing themselves.
Well, we have a few members with dresses.
You know,
Yeah,
I digress. There is a lady that, yeah, she's subscribed to me, and she does prepping stuff. You know, so that's the only one I know.
well, we
But
actually
go with it.
have a few females on the gun channels
Yeah.
that even have their own prepping shows,
Yeah,
and they also chat on HVS's channel as well when he has his live chat.
yeah. But where I'm going with this is, as a creator, you need to get in front of. I think, like when you do, I mean, I don't know. I think it's better to talk like this, like I'm doing, to the audience, you know, than to hide behind my avatar all the time. This is my personal view.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right or wrong.
I would turn my camera on more often, but the problem is I have the background I have isn't very good, so I seldom turn my camera on for a chat.
That's mine. Where my studio, quote unquote studio, is also my man cave. So depending on what projects are going on at the time, I don't have the luxury of being able to put up my backdrop and do all that. And
Well, see, I mean, where I sit here, as you can see behind me, this is it. This is this is actually my living room. I've divided it so half of it is my office gun room now, and the other half is sort of like I got a recliner and a TV. And I can actually see the TV from where I'm sitting right now. So really, I don't even have to move. So, but yeah, if I had a wife or a girlfriend, she would not tolerate this. You know, I'd have to come up with something else. But where I was going, but anyway, as creator, I'm getting more used to being in front of the camera and talking. It's getting easier. I have to keep looking. I mean, my bad thing is I keep looking at the screen at the chats instead of looking at the camera. I should be looking at the camera like you are standing right there, and I'm talking to you.
Don't even think about it like that. Just continue what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you're talking naturally, so it doesn't come off natural if you're looking at the camera so much like that. So yeah, don't even think about that. When you start thinking about it is when you start messing up. So don't think about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Look at the computer, look at the chats, look at the camera. It's like driving. You have to keep scanning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just drive looking in your rearview mirror only looking forward. You have to keep scanning.
Yeah,
that's natural.
You always have the option too. I mean, potentially, I don't know how your setup is, but of moving the camera so you've got a more of a forward view of it.
Oh yeah,
so it's above your screen or below your screen or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're in that direction, and I mean that's what I do. I don't look directly at the camera because I'm watching the chat, reading the chat, and doing all that. But at least I'm facing the camera. So
yeah, I can move it. I just got it sitting on the side here. That's just where I put it when I'm changed it the other day. But I could move it.
But there's not anybody. I don't know of really anybody that looks directly at the camera the whole time that they're talking. So that's really not an issue, Rick.
Yeah. Oh, Dano, you want to say?
Yes. I've been doing live chats since late 2011. And with the exception of one particular individual, we all used to sit here basically with like my webcam right on now. But as you look at my background, obviously it's not necessarily visually interesting, or I'm in my family room. I don't have a living room.
Is that a tactical vest?
Yes, it is.
There we go.
It's a lot easier for me to sit here with my cup of coffee, get up and down as I get my cup of coffee, and not have to interrupt and say, "Oh, I'll be right back." And versus something visually interesting to look at the screen, I'm not going to stare at it in somebody's avatar or whatever, but it's visually interesting versus some dude in a t-shirt with in a generic. Obviously, he's just sitting on his couch. No, I want to be judged on what I say in the meat and potatoes. And if we're having a serious discussion, I mean, if we're not, then it doesn't matter. But if we're having a serious discussion on my points, not about how I'm dressed or what's in the background or any crap like that.
Hey,
So,
Dano?
and it was a slow transition when people started turning their cameras off. There was no particular reason other than, like I said, I just wanted to present mine. We used to all, with the exception of one person, all have our cameras on. Matt still goes with his camera on. Yankee still goes with his camera on. But that's how we all used to be. And then we just slowly, because it's a lot easier for me to sit here. I have shorts on now, and I mean regular shorts, not underwear. But it's a lot easier for me to sit here with a t-shirt and underwear than it is and get dressed now, especially if it's what I call a really late night chat or a really early chat. So it's a matter of convenience for the person.
I understand that. A lot of times I use my avatar because I do exactly the same thing. But I was more going into the, not like the chat thing, but more of the creator making videos and stuff like that.
And then you have people like Bob that go on camera in chats without a shirt on, drinking beer.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. That site's burned into my brain. You know what I'm saying?
I may have to have surgery or something.
Yeah. But
it's
creative
a personal
more
choice.
comfortable is a lot of people where it's like we have a lot of new people in gun channels, or we're trying to get new people. Just don't be afraid to turn the camera on and talk. You got to get started.
Right. Yep, like G-Web says all the time. Turn your camera on. Just like Clover says all the time. Get your camera and just turn it on.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's all you got to do. And set something up. I mean, look at me. I've been doing this now. This is number 30 for my show, and I missed 2 or 3 weeks. So
but
it's taking me.
That's awesome. That means you're getting out there and doing it at least.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
And then the other aspect is people who have, let's say, other people in their home, and to try to give them some anonymity, they don't want to accidentally get them on camera. And the difference is if they have their camera on, they might not be able to jump in on a chat because they don't want to take the chance of accidentally getting somebody in their family on camera.
Yeah, especially if they have kids
And that's
or
a
something.
personal decision that each individual needs to make for their situation.
Yeah. Well, I look at it from a little different standpoint, but it's similar. First of all, having your avatars down there from a viewer standpoint, I think it's better because it's more easily recognizable as to who's in the panel. Everybody knows those avatars, whereas depending on what you're wearing, if you're wearing a ball cap or if you're not, or if you have your glasses on or if you don't, or whatever, they may not, or how the lighting is or anything, they may not be able to tell, especially when you're watching and that person's not talking. It's hard to tell who it is a lot of times.
Absolutely, and I agree with you. When I jump into chats and I see camera facing somebody, I'm thinking who that. The other day it was on, and he was talking or whatever. I was thinking, who in the hell was that? Then
Who's that? Yeah.
suddenly went to his avatar, and it was Guns and Gadget. I'd never seen him before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then as far as this is an etiquette thing for me, and other people and how they do their channel and what they think, that's fine. But for me, seldom do I turn my camera on in somebody else's chat because I feel that's rude. I'm on a panel. I feel that the person who is hosting, if anybody needs to have the camera on, it's them, because they're moderating, they're running the format. I'm just on the panel.
Agreed.
the camera on, drawing attention from that. The focus needs to be on them so that they easily have control of that panel in that room. And like I said, that may just be a personal thing, but all of that to me just seems has a more professional look to it. Like we were talking about earlier with Bob and no shirt and drinking beer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I can't get it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I feel the same way as you do there on that, Clover. Is when I'm in other chats, I just have my avatar down there. You know, I might turn my camera on if I do a screen share or something like that.
Yeah, or if you need to show something,
Oh,
I mean,
show
if you're
something, yeah.
talking about something, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's off. But where I was going with this is for the newcomer, the creator, just turn it on and start a chat. I mean, look how many chats we got now. We still got plenty of space to have more. You know, these chats are good. All kinds of good stuff here. I'm learning.
And if you're intimidated with live chat, meaning like here with the YouTube gun channel side and people commenting and all that good kind of stuff, you can click on the YouTube app on your cell phone and just hit record and talk for 5 minutes to the camera about whatever topic of the day you want to talk about. It uploads it to YouTube, and then people that are subscribed to you get to watch it.
Absolutely. I need to start making some more videos. I've been relying on this thing once a week. I think I need to get something midweek. Either do another do what you do, like a lawn chair chat type thing, maybe.
Yeah, but even my lawn chair chat is interactive in that the chat and all is going on. So
yeah.
And there's a real problem, but the live thing I think is really where it's at.
Yeah. I do too.
But and it's because of the engagement. This only works because of the people on the panel here, the people out in the out in the chat and all of that engagement and interaction. I mean, that's why it works so well. I don't like doing, I'll be honest, I do not like doing produced videos anymore. Not, the stuff I did for Tulsa and I'll probably be coming up with SHOT Show and all that stuff. That's fine. I don't mind that so much, but like doing top fives and bench videos and things like that. And I've got to get back into doing that. I have to, because that's a part of the diversity of, having a channel.
Yes.
But I have gotten addicted to the engagement of these live chats. And so all that produced stuff is slacking off because of that. And I mean, I've got to have both. So I've got to come up with some kind of happy medium somewhere.
Yeah. It's a shame Matt's not around. Never enough ammo. Because we were in a chat the other night and he said, I don't invite people, you got to email me or whatever and ask. I emailed him Wednesday to go on his chat show. Totally ignore him. Didn't even answer my email.
Depending on what time and what email, and I don't know, with some stuff like that. But
I think you're making assumptions, Rick. I mean, the assumption, just by the way you said it, he ignored me. That statement assumes he actually saw it.
I'm just busting his ass right now. But even like,
well, I'll tell you, I was there when he said you were welcome on.
Yeah,
so if ever he doesn't respond to you and there's an open slot on there, message me or something, and I'll get you the link.
Yeah,
you could always.
He more likely gets hundreds of emails too.
Hey Rick, if he doesn't see your email, if you wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes, he still doesn't see your email, just say it in the chat.
Yeah, you're right.
He'll send you a link.
Well, one of the other panelists will message him in the side chat. Okay, if I send a link to Rick.
Yeah. Right. Oh, I know. I was just busting his ass on that one there. He must say he gets loads of emails, and he more like didn't even see it. And what he gets, you know what I'm saying?
You also have to figure he doesn't check his emails very often either. So the reason why he didn't see it is because he hadn't even looked yet.
Yeah. I know. That's what I'm saying. I was busting his ass on that one. But
and I know it happens to me when I send out and I've started an email list that what I do, it's got quite a few of you guys that's got y'all's email in there, and what I'll do is 15 minutes before or something, I'll email the link to that group, and then it just goes to everybody, because people are coming in and out of the chat on gun channels, So you may go over there and it's like, where's Not Strike? Not Strike's not in the chat. Well, crap. Oh, well, this person's not in the chat. So you'll send links to the people you normally do, and then later on they come on, and it's not that you didn't intend to send them a link. It's just that at that particular time that you were sending links out, they weren't over there in the chat for some reason.
Yes.
So
yeah, and you're right. I was laughing at what G-Web's put in the chat. I sell links to all chats for $5 PayPal, $1 for hit or miss.
Well, if you want to go, if anybody wants to go on the YouTube side right now, Bullseye's offering cash for photos because he wants to see everybody's face. I'm trying to determine how much he's willing to pay for it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So no, but you're right there. It's I need to get back into making a few little videos. Just to, that's how I started, was just making videos. But you're right. This live chat gets addicting. It really does. So anyway, look at that. Going past the hour. I gotta do my quiz.
Uh-oh.
My quiz for the deck of Old West playing cards.
Well, I got to jump out real quick so I can participate. So.
All right, Clover. Everybody will jump out at the same time. And just
I've already got it back. I'm good.
All right. The question.
Let's all get NSA striked at the same time.
Now, I said this last one I just did, I had 4 people. So my questions must be too hard. So this question for the deck of cards is going to be so easy. I should have used it for the instant quiz.
You should have.
But you got to email me the answer. I mean, you type it in there. Everybody else just take it and email me. But it's an email at Rick's Life As I See It, all one word, gmail.com. And the question is, you ready? What 4 pistols were used by James Bond? What 4 pistols are used by James Bond? In all his films, because they've changed over the years.
And now I know to go make a video of the James Bond guns because it'll come up in the searches like crazy on Google.
So, I mean, it should be easy to find. Just email me your answers, and I'll put you in that little program thing I got.
I wanna give a little help to everybody out there. High Point is not one of them.
Yeah, so that is the question for this week for the deck of Old West playing cards. So there you go. And I've only got 1 deck left after this. So that quiz will become, and then I'm going to have to come up with something else.
You got one more deck you're going to give away, or you just got one period?
He's got one more left.
I got 1 more left. One more deck left to give away.
Oh, okay. So
I had 4 or 5, and I've given them away so far.
Oh, okay. Okay. Don't give away all of them. Good Lord.
Oh, I got one for myself, of course. But no, but you see my little thing I wrote down the bottom for any of the creators out there. If you're interested in having your products, items shown or reviewed by this channel, feel free. We'll work out a deal.
There you go.
Like if G Webs wants me to sell his deck of cards on here and show them every week, we can work out a deal. That's all I'm saying. I don't mind.
That's actually a really good idea for anybody who has the gun channel's links in their description. If G-Webs maybe has a link he could put to the store, give to everybody to put in their description as well.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so that's it. Let's see. We've gone through everything on my list. So
cool.
We've done pretty good there. So basically the bottom line is, guys, switch your cameras on, start some chats. Let's get it going.
Let's get it on.
So I appreciate everybody who's in the chat today. And we got quite a few today. So, Ohio Native Gun for winning the quiz. Don't forget to send me your address. Travis, Raphael, don't forget to send me your address because I got yours right here in the envelope, ready to go. But you never sent me the address last week. Dano, he's on the panel too. He's double dipping there. And,
Double dipping.
Hey, I got a.
It's from last week. Not now.
Oh, oh, damn! We got another one you banned, John. Jesus, they're coming.
Yep, yep,
They must love me.
yep. You're
All these-
moving up in the world, right?
Yeah, I'm such a handsome dude.
Yeah, absolutely. I
So
can't
anyway,
stop
I just
staring.
want to say thank you all for being here, and same time, same place next Saturday, and we'll have another great chat as Rick sees it. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Have a great day, everyone.